Greetings gang, lovely to see you all again. Today we're going to be looking at the Ozzy Osbourne classic Bark at the Moon. Let's take a look. Alright guys, let's take a look at the first section. Keep in mind that the majority of this solo, or pretty much all of it, is in D minor. So we'll be using the D minor pentatonic and relative modes to D minor or D Aeolian. I want to start off with a big delicious bend, 2 actually, from 13 to the 2nd string. And then we're going to work down sort of a D minor pentatonic run. Let's go through the first chunk slowly. Okay, I'm starting from 10 of the 1st string, then doing a pull off from 13 to 10 on the 2nd. And then after that, I want to do a big bend from 12 of the 3rd up and back, and then pull off to 10. So we go. Okay, at the end of that, what I'm doing there is I'm playing 12 of the 3rd and then rolling to 12 of the 4th. And then, where is it? There it is. I want to do an artificial harmonic on 10 of the 3rd string after that flat finger roll. So altogether, we should have 2 bends at the start and then that run that ends with the harmonic at the end. Okay, then we work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I want to play 9, 10, 9 on the 3rd, just picking everything. And then I want to do 10 to 9 as a pull off, and then jump to 12 of the 4th. So all together, hopefully that's making sense. The next thing that I do is I play 9 on the 3rd again, but then pull off 12 to 10 on the 4th. So it'll go. At the end of that, from where my middle finger is, I slide from 10 to 12. Okay, there's 2 more notes at the end of that phrase that leads into the start of the section, second section rather. I want to play 10 of the 4th to 12 of the 5th. And then we land on the start of the next section. So what I want to do is play the whole section relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the second section. Still working around predominantly a D minor pentatonic. I want to start from 10 of the 4th again. We're going to sort of repeat those last 2 notes of the last section. And then we do it again. So we're going to have from the end of the last one, the start of this section. So I'm going to go from 10 of the 4th to 12 of the 5th, and then play 12 of the 4th to 12 of the 5th. Okay, hopefully that's making sense. And then I'm going to do a hammer on from 10 to 12 on the 4th. Okay, at the end of that I go. What I'm doing here, I'm playing 10 of the 3rd, bending 12 up and back, and then pulling off back to 10. And then going back to 12 for a light vibrato, and then I slide off. So I'll go all together. Okay, then I work into this phrase. So what I've got here, doesn't particularly matter where you slide from, as long as it sounds like fist raising and adventurous. So I want to slide in, we'll say 7 or 5, it doesn't particularly matter. On the 3rd string, we want to end on 14. Don't follow your slide there, just look where you need to be. Look at 14, don't follow your hand there because you can make mistakes doing it that way. So focal points on 14 of the 3rd, using my middle finger. Then I want to play 13 of the 2nd string. And then I want to do a big delicious bend on 15 of the 1st string. Okay, so we've got... Okay, at the top of that bend, I want to hit it one more time. And then I go... So I bring the bend down, back to a regular 15, and then I'm going to play 13. Okay, at the end of that, I go to this. Let's slow that down. I'm doing a hammer on, 12, 13, 12 on the first string, and then jumping to 15 of the second. Okay, at the end of that, I play 12 again, and then slide from 13 to 15. For that whole last phrase. So let's go from the slidey bit now. Okay, then we'll work into this. Let's do that slowly. I'm playing 13 to 15 on the second string, and then doing a pull off 17 to 13 on the first string, and then jumping to 15 of the second. So I'll do that slowly. One more time. And then we're going to end that section on that 13th fret. That's leading into the next section. So it might sound a little unresolved, but that's just before the next part of the next section. All right, let's take it from the start of this section relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again at a gentleman's pace with some tabs. One more time, some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the third section. What I want to do is I want to start from 15 of the second string, and then I'm going to play 13 of the first, and then I'm going to go... What I'm doing here is a pull off from 17 to 13, and then a pull off from 15 to 13, all on the first string. So all together. Okay, now the next bit that I do, I play 17 of the second string, back down to 13 of the first, and then at the end of that, I'm going to pull off from 17 to 13 now on the second string. So this is what we should have from the start. Hopefully that's making sense. Then I go into this phrase. All right, let's slow that down. I want to start off by playing a pull off from 17 to 13 on the first string, and then jumping to 17 of the second. And then I jump to 14 of the third string with my middle. So it'll go... Okay, at the end of that, what I've got here is a hammer on from 13 to 15, but I want to bend the 15 when I get there. So I'm doing hammer on 13 to 15, then back, then I pull off to the 13. At the end of that, I'm going to finish on that 15. Let's try the whole thing from that, the second half of the phrase, and then we'll put it all together. All right, one more time from the start, and then we'll do the big pentatonic run that follows that. Okay, then we're working to a really fast but completely awesome minor pentatonic run. Let's start off with this little lick. What I'm doing here is a bend from 13 of the second string and playing 10 of the first, and then doing a pull off from 13 to 10 on the second string. So it goes. At the end of that, I do a bend on 12 of the third, and then a flat finger playing 10 of the second, and then 10 of the first string. So all together. Hopefully that's making sense. I'll do it one more time a little slower. It's quite kind of predictable and rocky stuff we've probably seen in Kiss and AC/DC and that kind of thing. And then we go. Let's slow that down. So what we're going to do here is a pull off from 13 to 10 on the second string, and then 12 to 10 on the third string. Let's add that with the rest. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then we go. There we go. I got it in the end. So we're going 12 bend on the third string up and back with a pull off to 10. and then I've got a flat ring rolling here, so I'm playing 12 of the 4th into 12 of the 3rd. Okay, at the end of that, I want to jump back up to 12 of the 4th, and then play 10 of the 3rd. So we've got this little rolly phrase again. I think we saw something similar before on the first section. So we're going, at the end of that, I'm doing a pull off from 12 to 10, and then I want to play 12 as a single note and 10 as a single note. So we've got the quick pull off and then 2 picks. So that whole blues look nice and slow. Let's try it from the start of the section relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the 4th section. This is going to use quite a few octave chords, so we'll get the shape right and then just move it around. I want to start by playing 8 of the 4th string and then playing 11 of the 2nd string, and obviously the 3rd string is going to be muted out with the pointer. So what I want to do here is just move that down the scale. We're going to play 8 with the pointer, 8 and 11, and then we're going to play 7 and 10 on the 2nd chord, and then I go back to 5 of the 4th string with 8 of the 2nd at the end of that. So we're going to go. Now when I get to that 5, I'm going to slide that up to 10, and the pinky will be on 13. So we're going to go. At the end of that, I quickly jump back to 8 with that chord shape, and then back to 10. So it'll go. So the whole section thus far with all of those octaves, I have a very itchy nose. Anyway, with all those octaves thus far, hopefully that's all making sense. And then we just work into this funky little blues lick at the end. All right, let's slow that down. I want to do a hammer on from 10 to 12 on the 4th. And then I've got a flat finger covering 10 of the 2nd and the 3rd string. I jump back up to 12 of the 4th and then back down to 10 with that flat finger. So we're going to go. At the end of that, what I'm doing here is I'm doing a bend on 12 of the 2nd and the 3rd string, up and back, and then doing a pull off with both notes, and then I jump to 12 with the 4th. Sort of go. At the end of that, okay, so I'll slow this down. I'm playing 12, 10 on the 2nd and the 3rd string as chords again, and at the end of that phrase I go. So all I'm doing at the end is a pull off from 12 to 10 and then playing the 12 again. So that whole last chunk really slowly. Alright, I want to add the octaves at the front of that, and then we'll do the whole section slowly with some tabs. One more time, some tabs. Alright, let's take a look at section 5. Now section 5 and section 6 are mostly comprised of pretty diatonic runs with some interesting patterns. So what I want to do is have a look at each little chunk as a boring scale, and then we're going to add the cool pattern to it. So initially we're going to start off with an A Phrygian scale. I'll go through this quickly and then we'll work through the pattern that goes with it. I want to start on the 6th string and play 5, 6, 8. Then play 5, 7, 8 on the 5th. 5, 7, 8 on the 4th. Then 5, 7, 9 on the 3rd. And then we're going to finish with a slide from 6 to 8 on the 2nd string. So altogether that's going to be this. It's essentially an A Phrygian scale shape that we're going to be working with. So what I want to do now is add the little pattern to it. Now the way I think of both of these runs in section 5 is working through a scale. We're doing 6 mini groups of 4 and then a cheeky little slide at the end. So I want to work through each group of 4 and then we'll join them together. Let's have a look at the first group of 4. I want to play 6, 5, 6, 8 on the 6th string. That's going to be the first group. And the next group's going to go from 5 of the 5th to 8 of the 6th string and then 5, 7 on the 5th. And it's going to go like this. So back to back. Okay, let's add the next 2 chunks to it. I want to go 8, 7, 8 on the 5th and then jump to 5 of the 4th. And the next one is going to go 7, 5, 7 on the 4th and then jump to 8 of the 4th. So we should have 4 groups of 4 now. Hopefully that's making sense. And then we go... So let's slow this down. The 5th group of 4 from this little chunk is going to play 5 of the 3rd, 8 of the 4th, back to 5 of the 3rd, and then 7 of the 3rd. One more time, a little bit slower. Okay, then from there, what I'm doing here is I'm playing 9, 7, 9 on the 3rd, and then playing 6 of the 2nd string. And then I'm going to hit that 6 of the 2nd string again, and then slide from 6 to 8, and that's going to be the end of the first run. So we're going to have 6 groups of 4, and then the slide. Sorry. Hopefully that's making sense. We'll put it all together at the end slowly with some tabs. I want to have a look at the second half of this lick, which is going to be kind of working around what I would refer to as a B-flat Lydian shape. Let's go through the scale shape and then we'll add pretty much the same pattern that we did to the A Phrygian shape. I want to start off by playing 6, 8, 10 just for the scale shape on the 6th string. Then 7, 8, 10 on the 5th string. Then 7, 8, 10 on the 4th. All together thus far. Then I play 7, 9, 10 on the 3rd. And then I finish that off by sliding from 8 to 10 on the 2nd. Now, let's do what we did the last time. We're going to add 6 patterns of 4 to that. So the initial pattern, the initial group of 4, we're going to go 8, 6, 8, 10 on the 6th string. Then I want to play from 7 of the 5th. We're going to play 7 of the 5th, 10 of the 6th, back to 7 of the 5th, and then play 8. So we're going to go... So of the 2 groups of 4... Hopefully that's making sense. Let's get the next little chunk happening. So I'm going 10, 8, 10 on the 5th, and then finishing that on 7 of the 4th. And then the next little chunk goes 8, 7, 8 on the 4th, and then ends on 10 of the 4th. So we should have now 4 groups of 4. Okay, now there should be 2 more groups of 4 and then a slide. So let's slow this down. I want to start from 7 of the 3rd string, jump to 10 of the 4th, and then play 7, 9 on the 3rd string. Hopefully that's making sense. And then I'm going to play 10, 9, 10 on the 3rd and jump to 8 of the 2nd string. So those last 2 groups of 4. Then I'm going to hit the 8 again and slide to 10. And that's going to be all of the second group from the what we refer to as the B-flat Lydian pattern. Let's try and put both sections together, both runs together relatively slowly, and we'll do it even slower with some tabs. One more time, some tabs. Okay, so in the last section we kind of dealt with 2 pretty meat and veg scale shapes. I want to do the same thing in this one. In section 6 we've just got one really big C Mixolydian run, if we can call it that shape, and then we'll work into a couple of little 2-string shreds on the first 2 strings. So let's have a look at just the C Mixolydian scale, just straight up diatonically, and then we'll add a cool pattern to it. I want to start off on the 6th string and play 8, 10, 12, and then 8, 10, 12 on the 5th and 4th string. So the same thing 3 times. Then I jump to the 3rd string and play 9, 10, 12, 2nd string 10, 11 to 13, and then we're going to finish that by just playing 10, 12 on the 1st string. Hopefully that's all making sense. So let's do what we did in the last section now. We're going to add those mini patterns of 4. We need 8 this time before we start getting into the, what have we got? All of that business. So what I want to do to start off is play 10, 8, 10, 12 on the 6th string. Then I'm going to play 8 of the 5th, 12 of the 6th, and then 8, 10 on the 5th. So back to back. Okay, then I go to 12 of the 5th, and I'm going to play 12, 10, 12, and then jump to 8 of the 4th string. Okay, then from there, I'm going to play 10, 8, 10, and then to 12 of the 4th string. And that was all on the 4th. So we should have 4 groups of 4 already now. So we're halfway now through this gargantuan run. I want to start from 9 of the 3rd now, jump to 12 of the 4th, and then play 9, 10 on the 3rd. Okay, next bit's going to go 12, 10, 12 on the 3rd string, and then jump to 10 of the 2nd. So all together, so that's 6. We only need 2 more. I want to start the second last group of 4 by playing 11, 10, 11, 13 on the 2nd string. Then I jump to 10 of the 1st string, up to 13 of the 2nd, and then 10, 12 to finish. And that's the whole Mixolydian run with that pattern before we get into those quick little mini shreds. So let's work through all 8 groups of 4. Hopefully that's all making sense. Now this is just sort of 4 little shreddy patterns. We're just working backwards or descending and then ascending. So it's not too difficult, it's just played quite quickly. What I want to do is start off by playing 13, 12, 10 on the 1st string. And then I'm playing 13, 11, 10 on the 2nd. When I get to the bottom of the group of 6, I want to hit that note again and then ascend. So we're just going to reverse that pattern. And that reversal is going 10, 11, 13, 10, 12, 13. Cool, so I want to shuffle that over now. I'm going to play 15, 13, 12 on the 1st string, and then 15, 13, 11 on the 2nd. And then we're going to work it forward. As I said, we're going to hit that top note twice. A very similar idea now. I'm jumping up to 17 of the 1st string. I'm playing 17, 15, 13, and the same on the 2nd. Then reversing it. And then the last bit I do is I want to play 18, 17, 15 on the 1st string and also on the 2nd. And then we're going to reverse it in the same manner that we have the last time. So we're going to put these 4 mini shreds together now. At the end of that, I just end on 17 and vibrato that for a while. So we're going to have those 4 mini shreds together with the vibrato at the end. Now I want to try the whole section from the start relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was my tutorial on Jakey Lee's solo in the Ozzy Osbourne classic Bark at the Moon. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. I'll catch you real soon.